Here's how you can make easing and tweening in an app like Flipperclip. We're going to start off with 24 frames per second and have a black circle with no filling. Instead of having to draw the circle by yourself, hand-drawn, use the circle tool which is at the top. It has a ruler icon which you can use. You can fill it in though, if you want to. Start off by moving it slowly, and then moving it gradually further away from each frame each time, in the middle. Then go back to its original part where it goes from big to small again in terms of movement. Like this. The most important thing when you're doing this is to make sure that it isn't entirely based off of movement alone, but also how you set it up. You want to make sure that you have enough frames through and on. Using like 12 frames per second will make it seem a bit choppy, but using 24 frames to 30 frames per second will make it a lot better. I'm going to continue on with the movement until I get to show you how we're going to make it a looping animation. You're going to watch me do the rest of this for the next minute or so, and then I'll explain what we're going to do. Right now, just make sure that you follow correctly and look at the screen. Otherwise, this will probably make you lose your focus. I'll also be doing an object show version of this as well, but this right now is for just standard people alone. Thank you for your understanding, and please watch the rest of this. Now that we've got the animation like this, it's time to get it to a looping animation. What we want to do is that we want to go to the first frame before the 15th frame, which would be the 14th. Then we want to duplicate that by copying it at the button that is below that I press. And then what we want to do is we want to go out to that frame and then paste. That way we can properly get the looping animation done. So follow these steps correctly and you'll be able to get a looping animation. So just follow the rest of this and you'll be done. If you do end up making a mistake like I did, where I forgot to go out of it and I accidentally pasted it, just delete the frame that was in front of it which you paste, and then just copy and paste once again, and that way your mistake has been erased. This is the process that I like to call tweening and easing, because that is what it is. Smooth movements and other stuff. We'll go into smear frames in a sec, and I'll explain what those are as I do it. What smear frames are is where the movement is stretched. These have been used since 1930s cartoons, but basically it saves budget and time in making things. That way they don't make more money out of it. What I mean by that is as in they don't overspend their budget on animations. So what we want to do, we want to just stretch it, like I've shown you here, and we just make it seem alive. This way we have even more movements, and here you go, you've had your completed looping animation. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe if you thought this was useful, and we'll go into part 2 later on.